Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are we all doing? Hello. Can you see me and hear me? Welcome to Conversations with Pimo. This is yours truly, Pimo. Yes, we are live. We are live. We are live. Let me just do some checks. Can you see me? Can you see me, guys? Am I live? Hello, people. How are we all doing? Hello, 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 hello. How are we doing? How has your day been? My day, my week has been quite busy. I won't lie. It's been busy, busy, busy. How are you all doing? How has your day been? How's your week been? Hope all is going on well. Today is just this day. And to kind of like give us some heads up, as regards what to expect for the month of August. Tell me, how's your day been? How's your week been? It's Thursday. I mean, I can't wait for tomorrow. The way the week runs so fast is really amazing. Really, really amazing. Join in, join in. We are live. We are live. We are live. It's a good time to tag your friends. It's a good time. Woo! And I've got a very long week ahead. Weekend, sorry. Hello, guys. How are we all doing? How are we doing? Awesome. Awesome. We're doing great. We're doing awesome. Yes, we are. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Yes. So I've been on this amazing journey, as regards relationship, marriage, the result of my latest book. So if you don't know, or probably you're joining or tuning in for the first time, you are seeing, or probably you are hearing and listening to an author. Yes, I recently authored my second book, and it is on marriage, titled The Proverbs 31 Couple. Proverbs 31 Couple. That's the title of my most recent book. And it is available in Lagos, it's available in Abuja, it's available in Lekki, Lagos mainland, Lekki, and it's available here in the United Kingdom as well. And we're able to post to every other part of the world. I've been getting reviews on the book. It has been a blessing. But one review that has kind of like stood out for me, is the fact that those who have read it would say, oh, it's not really what, not that it's not what they expected, but it's way deeper than, a book on marriage. So you're going to get much more. You're going to get instructions that would address purpose, destiny. You've followed me for a while, you would know that I love to talk about purpose. I love to talk about purpose. I love to talk about finding your purpose, being grounded in who God has called you, and all that. I put up a post this afternoon, and I was saying the best person you can be in the world ever is you. There are no two you. It can only be you. So I really wish that, a lot of us, especially women, would embrace that truth, embrace it, get to that place where you love yourself. Yes, you might not be all that you might not look like all that you want to look like. trust me, the more you commit to improving, the more you commit to growth, the better you become. You just become better versions of yourself. And it's been intentional, it's been deliberate. That's it. If you're not intentional, if you're not deliberate, you won't be able to experience that, at all. So, this is me encouraging you. This is me saying to you that be the best version, be every day, improve on you. Improve on you. There are no two of you. I mean, you are that unique, you are that special. So yeah, so the book, the Proverbs 31 couple, is just an exegesis on the chapter, the last chapter of the book of Proverbs, that talks about marriage, and there were a few things there, highlighted verse by verse. We came to understand that the book was written by Solomon, yes, but it was the instructions of his mother, the things that his mother taught him. That's what he penned down. So we can, say the chapter, sorry, was actually written by a woman, Bathsheba. And the amazing thing about that is, in our world today, we'll probably not qualify her as one who can talk on marriage, because we all know Bathsheba and her story with David. But what do I have today? I'm not even here for so long. I just want to give us heads up what to expect in the month of August. So the truth is, like I said, I have been talking on marriage, relationship. We've spoken to both married women. I've had a married man on Conversations with Pimo. We've looked at, several things, different things about courtship, about marriage. And it's just so funny how this aspect of our lives, marriage, is often, one of those, that aspect that there's just so much around it. There's so much around it. There's so much questions around it. There's so much, would I say, lack of clarity, assumptions, and conclusions, and people having a blanket approach to some topics, some issues. It's just so amazing. One of the things I do not like, and that I hear, a lot of people talk about it, especially, pardon me, some marriage counselors, is having this blanket approach. You know what I mean by blanket approach to the issue of marriage. And so we just generalize. Oh, if a man is like this, and oh, that's how men are. Or men are this, men are that. And I'm quick to say, where did we get that theory from? What's the statistics to back that up? But like the common one, all men cheat. Says who? Oh, it's nature, the second nature. Says who? You go around all the men in the world to come to that conclusion that all men cheat? No. So, we need to be very careful. Another thing also, and I think I shared it during the week, or was it last week, that I've also noticed that in an attempt to kind of like address the issue of marriage, maybe because of the several things that are happening, that social media is kind of like giving, a platform for people to now talk about it. It doesn't mean that those things were not in existence before. Abuse is not new. It has always been, both verbal, emotional, sexual abuse, physical abuse. It has always been. But of course, social media made it more pronounced, in the sense that there's now the platform to showcase it, to put it out there in the world. People are more vocal, women are more knowledgeable, women are more exposed, women are now educated. And there's a lot of women, female gender kind of movement, empowerment kind of thing, which is not bad. It's not wrong. I am for that, not just for it's not about women what do they call that thing, like, we're trying to get our freedom. We were not tied before. I understand that culture, tradition hasn't really been very, favorable to the woman. It's really sad, but I think that we are we are we are we are we are far away from where we're coming from, and from what, the experience has always been with the female gender. And so it's very easy for people to generalize things and just say, oh, in marriage the woman has to do this for this to happen. But one thing I've learned, I've not been married for long, and I don't consider myself a pro, but one thing I've come to learn or come to understand is the fact that every marriage is unique in itself. Every marriage, because the individuals in the marriage, within the marriage, are two separate, different individuals. I can't use my matrix, my yardstick, to measure yours, because we're different. Your husband is not the same as mine. Yes, they might have similar temperaments, they might have similar personalities, but they are still two different people. And so this whole idea of, oh, this is how this person is doing it, is working for her, it must work for me. I think we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful of the things that we bring on ourselves, the pressure we put on ourselves, and how some people just form a kind of a yardstick for everyone, and then the same thing with trends. Someone comes and says, oh, this is the kind of bag everybody must carry now, and then everybody begins to carry it. Those trends don't fall from heaven. Those trends are not things that God shows someone in the vision and say, this is what's going to trend in another 10 years. No, someone comes up, wears it, and it becomes a trend. I bet it wore shredded jeans one day, and then it became a trend. Eventually it was maybe a factory mishap, or maybe the person had, I don't know, well, I was, maybe I should even Google it and go and read it up, how that came about. But someone who probably has some measure of influence, does something, and then it becomes a trend, and everybody's trending on that thing, and then it becomes like, oh, if I don't do it that way, then I've not done it right. Whoa, the trend. Myself, you can start your own trend. Like, that's always been my mindset. You can start your own trend. If I decide to wear one look and then make the other stud, it might become a trend, it might not become a trend. Someone started it to become a trend, and they say, that's how they say, you wear one loop, you don't wear the other one. Probably trended at some point. Maybe I just can't remember. But what am I saying? I'm just saying that we are all the beauty is in our diversity. And the earlier we begin to embrace our diversity, the earlier we begin to tell ourselves, oh, I'm uniquely made. I mean, I'm just awesome the way I am. I'm beautiful. Yes, I commit to improvement. Everyone should commit to improvement. No matter how awesome you think someone is, there's still room for improvement. That cannot be the best version of that person. There's still room for improvement. And so, let's not be quick to make someone a standard, or make someone's marriage a standard. It's good to have marriage goals. It's good to emulate. It's good to see something in someone or in their marriage and like, oh, this is good, I would like to. But let's not now make a monument around that. Let's not, make an idol around it, such that if it doesn't come out exact way, then there's something wrong, then there's a problem with us. And I usually say to people that, is you indirectly saying to God, he didn't do a good job when he was creating you. We're not perfect. Nobody is. Anyone who portrays themselves to be perfect, they've got a big problem. They've got big issues. Anyone who portrays to be perfect, who portrays to have a perfect home, oh, we don't argue, we don't fight. No. Yeah, it doesn't mean that, we don't have people who have great marriages and they don't like physically assault each other. Oh, there are so many. I've never done that, and I know there are so many who have never found themselves in such situations. But that doesn't mean that any of such people, they're perfect. No. So the earlier we embrace our uniqueness, love up on ourselves. I always say that you can't give what you don't have. If you don't have a tank full of love, you're going to keep needing love. You're going to keep wanting it. Someone was saying yesterday, one of my sons, and he was saying that, oh, he so admires my relationship with my husband, and how, even though we're so different, those who know us closely know we're so different. And even if you don't know us closely, if you follow me and possibly see some of our pictures or some of the things I write, you would probably know that, oh, they're so uniquely different, but somehow we get ourselves. Somehow we get along. Somehow we fit each other like a jigsaw puzzle. I'm telling you. So it's not so much about sameness. It's not so much about, oh, this person has got to love the things that I love. I think that's the beauty of marriage, that we're different, yet we're able to come together as one and make something beautiful out of it. I mean, I think that's the beauty, where I fill in for your weakness and you fill in for my weakness. My strength covers you, your strength covers me. That is it. That's the beauty of marriage. That's the beauty of oneness. That's the beauty of coming together in marriage. And that's why we express that beauty so much when we begin to have children. They begin to show diversity in our union. I mean, our children are so diverse. They're not the same. It shows that, and they came from you and your husband. So that is alone is a confirmation that we are so diverse, and God is He's so interested in diversity. It's his beauty. Look at his 12 disciples. They were all not the same. I mean, they were all not the same. Yeah, someone said understanding who we are and what God has positioned us here to do and be is key. That's true. It's not easy to sleep. It's so easy to slip into making comparison. Very, very easy when we feel insecure and do not value what God has given us. So it starts with you. And the only person that can give you the blueprint of who you are is not found on social media. It's not found with what is trending. It's not found with couples that you admire on social media or that you admire in your church. The only person that can give you that blueprint is God himself. He's the one that can give you that blueprint. He's the one that can show you. He's the one that can make it obvious. He's the one that can clarify it. He's the one that has the script of your life. You don't have it. And so the earlier you begin to understand him, understand how he thinks, understand how God reasons, embrace the totality of God, for you to know who you are, because ever before you were formed in your mother's womb, he said, I knew you. So that means you existed in his thoughts ever before he now started forming you in your mother's womb, ever before your mother and your father even came together. And so there are no mistake births. Yeah, people might say, oh, marrying him was a mistake, but if a child comes out of that union, it's not a mistake. Children can never be mistakes from God. Never. Because they carry their own DNA, and it means that they have the God allowed it. They have the approval of God to show up on earth. So you are so unique. Celebrate your diversity. Your wife likes it cold, you like it hot. There's no need to fight. There's no need to argue. Oh, she's very outspoken. Oh, you're very gentle. Madam, don't now go and pull him out and say, Uncle, you are too gentle. Like you didn't see that he was gentle before you married him. But you know, the beautiful thing about marriage is that when we come to accept ourselves for who we are, each other, and we embrace it in all genuineness of heart, not with intention of manipulating the other person or changing the other person, I tell you, and I kid you not, and I know that relationship counselors will agree with me, you find out that you begin to blend. There will be compromises, good compromises. So someone that didn't like it hot, at some point will meet you halfway, will like it warm, even if not completely cold or not completely hot. So that's the beauty. That's why you find that they say couples after some years they begin to look alike. After some years they begin to, accommodate each other's excesses, because that's what love is. That's what love is. You accommodate each other's excesses because you love the person. You love the person to submission. You love the person to a place where, there's just total surrender. They just come to see, who they really are. And that's the beauty. I compliment you, you compliment me. And in us complimenting each other, we become better versions of ourselves. So, for example, let's say I'm a scattered person and my husband is a very organized person. I want to bet it with you that some 5 years down the line, I might not be totally, entirely organized, but trust me, we'll meet ourselves halfway. We will meet ourselves halfway. Yeah, it's not possible. At some point in time, we will meet ourselves halfway. So I just love the fact that, we can talk about marriage, relationship, and I really, wish, hope, pray that we have more men, attending these conferences, or possibly being a bit more vocal, about this whole relationship thing, and not make it look like, women are desperate, women want, always carrying relationship, marriage on their head. I saw a video yesterday and I cringed. I wondered, oh, is it another skit? Because nowadays you really don't know what's the skit and what is real, because people go to any extent to get a following. They go to any extent to trend on social media. So this lady had like 2 crates of egg and she was baiting herself with it, cracking the eggs and baiting herself with it. And what was the intent of that? So and then she was maybe making some incantations or prayers. I don't even know what she was saying, but there was a caption there that said something about her calling for her husband or something. And I'm like, has it gone that bad? Like, is it that bad? Like, come on. Is that out of desperation? And then you are doing that live and people are watching you cracking egg. And I told my sister, I said, well, maybe she has gone to see a herbalist, or she has gone to see a prayer man on the mountain and they told her to go and do that. Funny things that people do for the sake of love. Funny things. Will I call it love? No, I won't call it love. For lack of knowledge. When I talk to singles and I ask them, why do you want to get married? Sometimes they feel insulted. Like, people can be asking. I need to ask you, why do you want to get married? It's an important question. It's like saying I want to get a degree or I want to do a PhD. Why do you want to do it? There has to be a why. At least when you are of knowledgeable age, you should know why you want to do something. You don't just go ahead and say, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this now, because you feel like, or because you think is the next thing to do. No, you don't do that with marriage. You need to understand your why. Very crucial. And so, that's just to say that you're still going to hear a lot more from me with respect to relationship and marriage. And in this month of August, I will be having some amazing guests. And they are amazing because they are not just, how do I put it now? Because of their profession and because of what they do, it makes their being on conversations with people very interesting this month of August. And they are marriage counselors. So I'm going to be interviewing marriage counselors because I want to hear from them. A lot of them have sat with couples to be, and I know, and I'm sure when I start the interview, a lot of them will confirm this, that sometimes they sit in front of a guy and a lady and they know that this is disaster waiting to happen. But somehow the guy and the lady will still insist that is how they want to go. It baffles me that I feel like you haven't even tied the knot. It's a good opportunity to withdraw, to take a step back, to reevaluate, be honest with yourself. I think that's something we don't do. We're usually not honest with ourselves. We just have this assumption, or we tell ourselves some lies. It's funny, and pardon me, my gender falls, my gender, sorry, falls victim of this the most. Women, we just kind of sell a lie to ourselves, like, all will be well, oh, he will change, oh, he'll be fine, oh, we'll be fine, oh, this marriage will work. You can see the signs vividly. You know that this is a disaster waiting to happen. And then you come up with some lame excuse like, what will people say? Or where do I start from? Will I find somebody? And it's so amazing. So I want to sit with these marriage counselors, and we're going to be looking at mistakes singles make before marriage. So if you're single and you're watching me, or you have single friends, or you have a sister or a brother that is single, please tell them all the Thursdays, aside from today, which is the first Thursday in August, all the Thursdays in August, I'm going to be interviewing marriage counselors. They are the ones that sit down every now and then, counseling. I tell people that they have grace and gift for that. It doesn't mean I don't do counseling, but I do counseling because I love to talk about marriage and to see marriage work. But some people do it as a profession, and I just want to pick their brains. I want to sit with them, ask them a few questions based on their experience, based on the things that they've had to do. What are the greatest pitfalls that you've experienced, or that you've come to see or to know in counseling young women who make mistakes the most, women or men? Not like we're trying to do some comparison here, but just to have some sort of an idea of the statistics. What are the things? Why does the lady find it difficult to, why is this marriage thing like a do or die affair? Someone will say, oh, Pimo, we shouldn't even go there. You got married early in life, and that's why you can be asking all those questions and saying all those things. No. But then would I, because I feel like, time is against me, like we normally say, just jump into anything? Why do we casualize the decision that has to do with marriage? Why you don't casualize other aspects of your life? And why would you do that with marriage? Why do you take chances with marriage? Those are some of the questions that I have in my heart, that I'm like, what's going on here? How do you even make your selection? What informs your decision? What informs your saying, the person I want to spend the rest of my life with, or this person I want to settle with? We are going to be tackling all of that in this month of August. Encourage you, do not miss any Thursday. Don't miss. I encourage you. Tune in. I'm going to put out a flyer for next week. We're going to see who our guests will be. I know some of you are already guessing who they are, but don't worry, we're going to have a blend of both women and men, because we have some men, male marriage counselors. So we're going to have them also. And we're just going to, have that interview with them, ask them questions, and you're also free to ask your questions. If you're to get free counseling session, you don't have to pay for it. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in this month of August. I'm looking forward to it, and please watch out for my flyer once it's out. And yeah, we're going to have a great time. I'm so looking forward to it. You know me, I love to gist, I love to talk, have the right conversation with the right people. At the end of the day, come to the roots, find an answer and a solution, and and able to help, the generation coming. Help. I'm always for prevention better than cure. If we can still prevent it, then let's do everything that we can to prevent it, rather than now trying so much to kill the fire. I pray the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Well, quickly in the same vein, if you are a lady or babes watching me and you live in the United Kingdom, this Saturday we are having the Sent Woman. It's the Babes Redefined United Kingdom and Europe chapter. We're having our annual conference and it's happening here in Leicester. And 10 a.m. on Saturday at Mikio Grand Hotel. It's going to be power packed. It's going to be power packed. We're going to experience, different dimensions, and it's guaranteed to bless you. There's word, there's prayer. We'll have a mental health session. We'll have conversation around thriving in the UK. A lot of conversations, questions will be answered. And apart from all of this, there will be bonding, fellowshipping, networking, and just making the best of the day. So I invite you. The flyers on my wall on Facebook and on Instagram. The Sent Woman, amazing speakers, and we're gonna have a wonderful time. I look forward to seeing you. If you're in UK, you can still register for it. Just check out, ask your questions on the chat, on the flyer, on the post, and I'm sure someone will be there to answer you. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It was a short one. The whole idea is just to get us sensitized for the month and to let you know that a lot is coming your way this month and you should get ready. Thank you for joining me this evening. Had a wonderful time, and enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will see you next week, Thursday, with my very first guest. Thank you and God bless you. Watch out for my flyer and enjoy the rest of your evening.